Hi, I'm Anna. In this video, I'll share the heartbreaks and betrayals my family has experienced. You can listen while watching my cute cats. Don't forget to send the gift at the end of the video to your loved ones. If you enjoy these stories, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and share your thoughts in the comments. Ready? Let's begin. Anna sat on the edge of their king-sized bed, the room dimly lit by the soft glow of the bedside lamp. She could hear the faint hum of the television in the living room where Matt was watching his usual late-night sports show. She glanced at her watch. It was already past midnight. It had been another long day at work, and she was exhausted. But something was bothering her, a gnawing feeling she couldn't shake off. As she reached for her phone to check a few emails, Matt's phone buzzed on the nightstand. Instinctively, she picked it up, intending to hand it over to him. The screen lit up with a message notification. "I miss you already. Tonight was unforgettable. Emily." Her heart stopped for a moment, her breath caught in her throat. She stared at the message, her mind racing. Who was Emily? What did she mean by unforgettable? A whirlwind of emotions surged through her: confusion, anger, betrayal. She felt a sickening pit in her stomach as she scrolled through the previous messages. There were dozens, all filled with intimate conversations, plans for secret meetings, and expressions of love and longing. Anna's hands trembled as she set the phone down. Her mind flashed back to all the nights Matt had come home late, the mysterious business trips, the secretive phone calls. It all made sense now. The man she had devoted her life to, the father of her children, had been living a double life. The room seemed to close in on her as she struggled to breathe. She had always trusted Matt implicitly, never doubting his love for her. They had built a life together, shared dreams and hopes. Now, those dreams felt like lies, the foundation of her life crumbling beneath her feet. She walked slowly to the living room, her footsteps almost silent on the plush carpet. Matt glanced up as she entered, a smile playing on his lips. "Hey, honey. You still up?" he asked, his voice casual, unsuspecting. Anna held up his phone, the message still displayed on the screen. "Who's Emily?" she asked, her voice barely a whisper. The smile vanished from Matt's face, replaced by a look of shock and guilt. He opened his mouth to speak, but no words came out. "How long, Matt?" Anna's voice grew stronger, fueled by the betrayal and hurt coursing through her. "How long have you been lying to me?" Matt's eyes darted around the room, as if searching for an escape. "Anna, I can explain," he began, but she cut him off. "Explain? Explain what? That you've been cheating on me? That you've been living a lie? How could you do this to us? To our family?" Matt hung his head, unable to meet her gaze. "It's not what you think," he mumbled. "Not what I think." Anna's voice rose, anger and disbelief mingling. "I saw the messages, Matt. I saw everything. How could you?" There was a long silence, the weight of the truth settling between them. Finally, Matt looked up, his eyes filled with tears. "I'm sorry, Anna. I never meant to hurt you." "But you did," she replied, her voice breaking. "You did hurt me. You destroyed everything." Anna turned and walked away, her heart heavy with the knowledge that her marriage was built on lies. She needed time to think, to process the betrayal. As she lay in bed that night, the tears flowed freely. The man she had loved and trusted for 15 years had shattered her world, and she didn't know if it could ever be repaired. The next morning, Anna woke up with swollen eyes and a pounding headache. She could hear Matt moving around the kitchen, probably making breakfast, as if nothing had happened. She took a deep breath, trying to steady her emotions. She knew she couldn't avoid this confrontation forever. Anna slowly made her way to the kitchen. Matt looked up as she entered, a hopeful expression on his face. "Good morning," he said tentatively. "Good morning," she replied, her voice cold and distant. She sat down at the table, avoiding his gaze, Matt placed a cup of coffee in front of her and sat down across from her. Anna, I know you're hurt, but we need to talk about this. She looked up, meeting his eyes for the first time. There's nothing to talk about, Matt. You cheated on me. You lied to me for years. How do we come back from that? Matt reached across the table, trying to take her hand, but she pulled away. Please, Anna. Let me explain. Emily. She meant nothing to me. It was a mistake, a terrible mistake. A mistake. Anna's voice was filled with bitterness. A mistake is forgetting our anniversary, not carrying on an affair for years. How many others were there, Matt? How many lies have you told me? Matt's face turned pale. There were no others, I swear. Just Emily. Anna shook her head, tears welling up in her eyes again. I don't believe you. How can I believe anything you say now? Matt leaned back in his chair, his shoulders slumping. I know I've lost your trust, and I don't deserve your forgiveness. But I love you, Anna. I love our family. I want to make this right. Anna stood up, unable to listen to his pleas any longer. You can't just fix this, Matt. You've broken us. I need time to think, to figure out what I want. She walked out of the kitchen, leaving Matt alone with his regrets. Anna grabbed her coat and keys, needing to get out of the house. She drove aimlessly for hours, trying to clear her mind. Memories of their life together flooded her thoughts. Their wedding day, the birth of their children, the vacations, and the quiet moments they shared. Every memory was now tainted by the knowledge of his betrayal. Eventually, she found herself parked in front of a small coffee shop. She went inside, hoping the familiar routine would bring her some comfort. She ordered a coffee and sat by the window, staring out at the bustling street. Her mind was a whirlwind of emotions, anger, sadness, confusion. As she sat there, her phone buzzed with a message. It was from Emily. Anna, I'm so sorry. I never meant to hurt you. Matt and it was a mistake. Please forgive me. Anna felt a surge of rage. How dare Emily contact her? She was part of the reason her life was falling apart. She typed out a quick, curt reply. Don't ever contact me again. She put her phone away, trying to regain some semblance of control. She knew she needed to talk to someone to get advice. She thought of her best friend, Sarah. Sarah had always been there for her, through thick and thin. Anna dialed her number, hoping she would pick up. Anna, what's wrong? Sarah's concerned voice came through the line. Sarah, I need to talk. Can we meet? Anna's voice trembled. Of course. Where are you? Anna gave her the address of the coffee shop, and Sarah promised to be there as soon as possible. While she waited, Anna sipped her coffee, trying to steady her nerves. Sarah arrived within 20 minutes, her face etched with concern. She hugged Anna tightly. What happened? Anna took a deep breath and began to tell her everything. The message from Emily, the years of lies, the confrontation with Matt. Sarah listened quietly, her expression shifting from shock to anger to sympathy. Oh, Anna, I'm so sorry, Sarah said, reaching across the table to hold her hand. I can't believe he did this to you. I don't know what to do, Sarah. I feel so lost, so betrayed. How can I ever trust him again? Sarah squeezed her hand. You don't have to decide anything right now. Take your time. Focus on yourself and the kids. Matt needs to understand the gravity of what he's done. You deserve better. Anna nodded, grateful for Sarah's support. I don't know how to move forward. One step at a time, Sarah advised. And remember, you're not alone. You've got me, and you've got your family. We'll get through this together. As they talked, Anna felt a small glimmer of hope. She knew the road ahead would be difficult, but with Sarah's support, she felt a little stronger, a little more capable of facing the future. Anna woke the next morning with swollen eyes and a heavy heart. The previous night's revelations had left her feeling hollow and lost. She went through the motions of getting ready for the day, her mind replaying the confrontation with Matt over and over. She felt like she was living in a nightmare from which she couldn't wake up. AT work. Anna tried to focus on her tasks, but her mind kept wandering back to the betrayal. Her colleagues noticed her distraction, but she brushed off their concerns with forced smiles and vague reassurances. She felt like she was carrying a weight that was too heavy to bear, a constant reminder of the lies that had shattered her trust. During her lunch break, Anna sat alone in the park, staring blankly at the children playing and the couples walking hand in hand. She remembered when she and Matt used to come here, pushing their kids on the swings and laughing together. Those memories now felt tainted, like a beautiful picture that had been marred by a dark stain. She pulled out her phone and scrolled through old photos of happier times. Her fingers paused over a picture of their last family vacation. They were at the beach, all smiles and sun-kissed skin. She remembered how Matt had been unusually distant during that trip, spending a lot of time on his phone. She had dismissed it as work-related, but now she wondered if he had been communicating with Emily even then. Anna felt a surge of anger and sadness. She wanted to scream, to cry, to lash out at the unfairness of it all. But instead, she sat there silently, the weight of betrayal pressing down on her chest like a heavy stone. That evening, after putting the kids to bed, Anna found herself alone in the living room. Matt had gone out, claiming he needed some time to think. She was glad for his absence. She needed time to herself, too. She poured a glass of wine and sank into the couch, feeling the exhaustion of the day settle into her bones. She thought about calling Sarah again, but didn't want to burden her friend with her troubles. Instead, she turned on the TV, hoping to distract herself from her thoughts. But nothing could hold her attention. Every scene, every character seemed to remind her of her own shattered life. In the quiet of the night, Anna began to question everything. How had she missed the signs? How had she allowed herself to be so blind? She had always prided herself on being a good judge of character, but now she felt like a fool. The betrayal cut deep, not just because of the affair, but because of what it said about her ability to trust her own instincts. As the days passed, Anna found herself growing more and more detached. She went through the motions of daily life, but everything felt hollow. She avoided Matt as much as possible, their interactions reduced to strained exchanges about the children and household chores. She knew they needed to have a serious conversation about their future, but she couldn't bring herself to face it. One evening, Anna decided to confront Emily directly. She needed to hear the truth from the other woman's lips, to understand how this affair had started and why it had continued for so long. She found Emily's number in Matt's phone and sent her a message, asking to meet. Emily agreed, and they met at a small cafe on the outskirts of town. Anna arrived early, her stomach in knots. When Emily walked in, Anna felt a wave of anger and disgust. Emily was younger than she had expected, with a confident air about her that made Anna feel even more insecure. They sat down, and Anna wasted no time in getting to the point. "Why?" she asked, her voice trembling. "Why did you have an affair with my husband?" Emily looked uncomfortable, but didn't shy away from Anna's gaze. "It wasn't planned, Anna. It just happened. Matt and I worked together, and we started spending a lot of time together. One thing led to another, and we got caught up in it." "That's not an excuse," Anna snapped. "You knew he was married. You knew he had a family." "I know," Emily said softly. "And I'm sorry. I never meant to hurt you." "But you did," Anna said, tears welling up in her eyes. "You hurt me more than you can imagine. And you hurt my children." Emily looked down at her hands, clearly uncomfortable. "I don't know what else to say. I ended things with Matt as soon as you found out. I don't want to cause any more pain." Anna shook her head, feeling a mix of anger and pity for the woman sitting across from her. "It's too late for that. The damage is done. They sat in silence for a few moments, the weight of the betrayal hanging heavily between them. Finally, Anna stood up, feeling drained and weary. I just wanted you to know the pain you've caused. I hope it was worth it. Emily didn't reply, and Anna left the cafe, feeling no closer to closure than she had before. She drove home in a daze, her mind swirling with emotions. Confronting Emily hadn't brought her the relief she had hoped for. If anything, it had only deepened her sense of loss and betrayal. At home, Anna found Matt sitting in the living room, waiting for her. He looked up as she entered, his eyes filled with worry. "Where have you been?" he asked. "I went to see Emily," Anna said bluntly. Matt's face paled. "Why?" "Because I needed to hear the truth from her," Anna replied. "I needed to understand how you could do this to me." Matt sighed, running a hand through his hair. "I'm so sorry, Anna. I've apologized 1,000 times, and I know it's not enough. But I love you. I want to make this work." Anna felt a surge of anger. "How can you say that? How can you say you love me after everything you've done?" "Because it's true," Matt said, his voice breaking. "I know I've hurt you, and I hate myself for it. But I don't want to lose you. Please, Anna, give me a chance to make things right." Anna shook her head, tears streaming down her face. "I don't know if I can, Matt. I don't know if I can ever trust you again." Matt stood up and walked over to her, taking her hands in his. "Please, Anna. I'm begging you. Let's go to counseling. Let's try to rebuild what we've lost." Anna looked into his eyes, searching for any sign of the man she had fallen in love with. She saw pain and regret, but also hope. She wanted to believe him, wanted to believe that they could find a way through this. But the weight of betrayal was too heavy, and she wasn't sure if she had the strength to carry it any longer. "I need time," she said finally, pulling her hands away. "I need time to think." Matt nodded, his shoulders sagging with relief. "Take all the time you need. I'll be here, waiting. I love you, Anna." Anna turned away, unable to look at him any longer. She walked to their bedroom and closed the door behind her, feeling the familiar ache of loneliness settle in. She lay down on the bed, staring at the ceiling, her mind a whirlwind of thoughts and emotions. In the days that followed, Anna threw herself into her work and her children, trying to distract herself from the pain. She went through the motions of daily life, but everything felt empty. The betrayal had left a deep scar, one that wouldn't heal easily. She met with Sarah regularly, pouring out her heart to her friend. Sarah listened patiently, offering words of comfort and support. "You're strong, Anna," she said one evening over a glass of wine. "You'll get through this." "I don't feel strong," Anna replied, her voice filled with despair. "I feel broken." "It's okay to feel that way," Sarah said gently. "But you're not alone. You have people who love you and will support you no matter what." Anna nodded, grateful for her friend's unwavering support. But she knew that the path to healing would be a long and difficult one. The weight of betrayal was heavy, and it would take time and strength to overcome it. One evening, as she was tucking the kids into bed, her youngest daughter looked up at her with wide, innocent eyes. "Mommy, are you and Daddy going to be okay?" Anna felt a lump form in her throat. "I don't know, sweetie," she said softly, "but we're going to try our best." Her daughter hugged her tightly, and Anna felt a flicker of hope. She knew that whatever happened, she had to stay strong for her children. They were her anchor, her reason for moving forward. As she kissed them goodnight and turned off the lights, Anna felt a sense of determination settle in. The road ahead would be difficult, but she was ready to face it. The weight of betrayal was heavy, but with time, she hoped to find the strength to carry it and eventually, to let it go. In the days following her confrontation with Matt, Anna found herself consumed by anger and a sense of betrayal that wouldn't let go. She had spent 15 years building a life with him, only to discover it was all a lie. The more she thought about it, the more she realized that forgiving Matt wasn't enough. She needed to make him understand the depth of her pain, to make him feel the consequences of his actions. The idea of revenge began to take root in her mind. Anna started to plan methodically. She knew she had to be smart about it, to hit Matt where it would hurt the most. She began by gathering evidence of his affair. She copied all the messages and photos from his phone, compiling them into a folder. She also documented his interactions with Emily and any other suspicious behavior she could remember. This meticulous process helped her regain a sense of control over her shattered life. One evening, while Matt was out, Anna sat at her computer and created a fake email account. She needed to communicate with Bruno's wife, Emily's husband, and Mike's partner without revealing her identity. She crafted careful, anonymous messages, attaching the damning evidence she had collected. She knew that exposing Matt's infidelity would cause a ripple effect, disrupting not only his life, but the lives of those he had entangled in his web of deceit. The next morning, she sent the emails, feeling a mixture of fear and exhilaration. She watched as the messages were delivered, then sat back and waited. It didn't take long for the fallout to begin. That evening, she received a frantic phone call from Bruno's wife, Carla. "Anna, you need to come over now," Carla said, her voice trembling. Anna drove to Carla's house, her heart pounding. When she arrived, she found Carla in tears, holding the printed emails in her shaking hands. "I can't believe it," Carla sobbed. "Bruno has been cheating on me with Emily. How could he do this to us?" Anna hugged her friend, feeling a pang of guilt mixed with satisfaction. "I'm so sorry, Carla. I thought you deserved to know the truth." Carla looked up at her, eyes red and swollen. "Thank you, Anna. I don't know what I would have done if I had found out any other way. But what are you going to do about Matt?" Anna took a deep breath. "I'm not done yet. There's more that needs to be exposed." Over the next few days, the chaos continued to spread. Mike's partner confronted him with the evidence, leading to a heated argument that ended their relationship. Emily's husband, John, was devastated and moved out of their house, leaving her alone and ostracized. Matt, unaware of Anna's involvement, was caught in the middle of the storm he had created. He tried to reach out to Anna, pleading for forgiveness, but she remained distant, watching as his world crumbled around him. Anna's next step was to confront Matt directly. She waited until a Saturday morning when the kids were at a friend's house. She sat him down in the living room, her face calm but her eyes burning with determination. "Matt, we need to talk," she said, her voice steady. Matt looked at her, his face a mixture of relief and apprehension. "Anna, I'm so glad you're willing to talk. I've been a wreck these past few days. I don't know what's happening. Everyone's turning against me." Anna folded her arms, staring at him coldly. "They're turning against you because they found out the truth about your affair with Emily and your lies to everyone around you." Matt's eyes widened. "How did they find out?" "I told them," Anna said simply. "I sent them the evidence. They deserve to know, just like I did." Matt's face turned pale. "You did this? But why? Why?" Anna's voice rose, filled with years of suppressed rage. "Because you betrayed me, Matt. You betrayed our family, our friends. You think you can just say sorry and everything will be okay? No. You need to face the consequences of your actions." Matt sank into the couch, his head in his hands. "Anna, please. I know I messed up. But this is too much. Too much." Anna scoffed. "What you did to me, to us, is too much. You need to understand the pain you've caused. Maybe then you'll think twice before hurting someone else." As Matt sat there, broken and defeated, Anna felt a sense of grim satisfaction. She knew her actions were harsh, but she couldn't bring herself to regret them. The first steps of her revenge had been taken, and she felt a measure of justice had been served. Over the following weeks, the repercussions of Matt's betrayal continued to unfold. He lost his job due to the scandal, and many of their mutual friends distanced themselves from him. Anna, on the other hand, found solace in the support of her close friends and family. She knew the road to healing would be long and difficult, but she felt stronger, more in control of her life. Anna decided to focus on herself and her children. She started attending therapy, both individually and with her children, to help them navigate the emotional turmoil of their parents' separation. She also took up new hobbies, such as painting and yoga, finding peace in activities that allowed her to express her emotions and regain her sense of self. One afternoon, while picking up her children from school, Anna ran into Emily. The sight of her former friend filled her with a mix of emotions: anger, pity, and a strange sense of closure. Emily approached her, looking remorseful. "Anna, can we talk?" Anna hesitated but then nodded. They found a quiet spot near the playground, away from prying eyes. "What do you want, Emily?" Anna asked, her voice cold. "I just wanted to apologize," Emily said, her eyes brimming with tears. "I know I can never make up for what I've done, but I want you to know that I'm truly sorry. I never meant to hurt you." Anna looked at her, feeling the weight of her words. "You did hurt me, Emily, more than you'll ever know. But I'm trying to move on. I hope you can do the same." Emily nodded, wiping away her tears. "I understand. Thank you for giving me a chance to apologize." As Anna watched Emily walk away, she felt a sense of release. The confrontation, though painful, had allowed her to let go of some of the anger and resentment she had been holding on to. She knew the journey to healing was far from over, but she was determined to take each step with strength and resilience. That evening, Anna sat down with her children, discussing their plans for the future. They talked about moving to a new house, closer to her parents, and starting fresh. The kids were hesitant but supportive, understanding the need for a new beginning. As they settled into their new routine, Anna found herself slowly rebuilding her life. She focused on her career, earning a promotion at work that brought new challenges and opportunities. She also strengthened her bond with her children, creating new memories that helped overshadow the pain of the past. Anna knew that the road to recovery would be long and filled with obstacles, but she was ready to face them head-on. The first steps of her revenge had given her the closure she needed to move forward. She had taken control of her life and was determined to create a future free from the shadows of betrayal. In the weeks following her initial steps of revenge, Anna meticulously refined her plan, determined to bring everything to a head. She had already set the stage by exposing Matt's affairs, but she knew there was more to be done to ensure he fully understood the gravity of his actions. The climax of her plan needed to be public, undeniable, and impactful. Anna started by organizing a family gathering. She chose a significant date, their wedding anniversary, to host a dinner at their home. It was a calculated move, designed to juxtapose the celebration of their union with the revelation of Matt's betrayal. She invited close family members and friends, including those who had been affected by the fallout of Matt's infidelities: Bruno, his wife Carla, Mike, his partner, and even Emily and John. She wanted everyone present to witness the final act of her retribution. On the day of the gathering, Anna prepared the house meticulously. She decorated the living room with flowers and candles, creating an atmosphere of warmth and intimacy. She cooked an elaborate meal, ensuring everything was perfect. Her demeanor was calm and composed, masking the storm brewing within her. She needed to appear as if she was making an effort to reconcile and rebuild, to catch Matt completely off guard. As the guests arrived, there was an air of anticipation. Everyone was aware of the tension between Anna and Matt, but no one knew the full extent of what was to come. Matt seemed nervous but hopeful, interpreting Anna's efforts as a sign of potential forgiveness. He greeted everyone warmly, trying to ignore the underlying awkwardness. The dinner began smoothly, with polite conversation and laughter filling the room. Anna played the perfect hostess, engaging with the guests and ensuring everyone was comfortable. She waited until everyone was settled and the main course was served before she initiated the final stage of her plan. Anna stood up, raising her glass in a toast. "I want to thank you all for coming tonight," she began, her voice steady and clear. "This evening is special for many reasons. It marks our anniversary, a time to reflect on the years we've spent together. But it's also a moment for truth, for clarity, and for closure." She glanced around the room, seeing the confusion and curiosity on the faces of her guests. Matt looked at her with a mixture of hope and apprehension. "Anna, what are you doing?" he asked quietly, sensing that something was off. Ignoring him, Anna continued. "Over the past few weeks, I've had a lot of time to think. I've reflected on our marriage, our family, and the trust that was broken." She took a deep breath, then looked directly at Matt. "I discovered that Matt had been unfaithful to me for years. He had an affair with Emily and possibly others as well." Gasps and murmurs erupted around the table. Emily's face turned pale, and John looked at her with a mix of anger and betrayal. Bruno and Carla exchanged shocked glances, while Mike and his partner sat in stunned silence. Matt stood up, his face flushed with anger and embarrassment. "Anna, this is not the place for this. We can talk about this privately." Anna shook her head, her eyes blazing with determination. "No, Matt. This is exactly the place. Everyone here deserves to know the truth, to understand the pain and betrayal that you've caused. You didn't just hurt me, you hurt all of us." She reached under the table and pulled out a folder, placing it in front of her. "This is the evidence of your infidelity, Matt. Messages, photos, everything. I've shared it with everyone involved. There's no more hiding, no more lying." The room was silent, the weight of her words settling heavily on everyone. Matt looked around, seeing the judgment and disappointment in the eyes of their friends and family. His shoulders slumped, and he sat back down, defeated. Anna took a moment to compose herself before continuing. "I loved you, Matt. I trusted you with my heart, with our family, and you shattered that trust. Tonight, I want everyone to know that I will not tolerate betrayal. I deserve better, and so do our children." She turned to her guests, her voice softening. "I'm sorry for bringing this to light in such a public way, but it was necessary. We all deserve the truth, no matter how painful it is." Carla reached out and squeezed Anna's hand. "You're brave, Anna. And you're right. We needed to know." Emily, her eyes filled with tears, stood up and addressed the room. "I'm so sorry. I never meant for any of this to happen. I've caused so much pain, and I regret everything." John shook his head, his voice tight with emotion. "We all make mistakes, but this is beyond forgiveness." The evening ended on a somber note, with the guests quietly leaving, offering Anna their support and understanding. Matt, too ashamed to face anyone, retreated to their bedroom, leaving Anna alone in the living room. She sat down, feeling a mix of relief and sadness. The climax of her plan had been executed perfectly, but the reality of the situation was still heart-wrenching. The next day, Matt moved out, understanding that their marriage was beyond repair. Anna focused on rebuilding her life, finding strength in the support of her friends and family. She continued to attend therapy, working through her emotions and learning to trust again. The public exposure of Matt's betrayal had been a turning point, not just for Anna, but for everyone involved. It was a harsh reminder of the consequences of dishonesty and infidelity. Anna emerged from the experience stronger, more resilient, and determined to create a better future for herself and her children. The climax of her plan had brought closure and a sense of justice, paving the way for a new beginning. Anna stood at the threshold of a new chapter in her life, one marked by resilience and hope. After the turbulent climax of her revenge, she realized that the road to healing and rebuilding her life required a fresh start. The weight of the past had been lifted, and she was determined to embrace the opportunities that lay ahead. In the months that followed, Anna focused on creating a stable and nurturing environment for her children. She moved into a cozy, sunlit house closer to her parents, who provided invaluable support during this transitional period. The new neighborhood was peaceful, with tree-lined streets and friendly neighbors, offering a sense of community that had been missing from their previous home. Anna enrolled her children in a new school, where they quickly adapted and made new friends. She joined the PTA, eager to be involved in their education and to connect with other parents. This involvement not only helped her children adjust but also provided Anna with a sense of purpose and belonging. As part of her new beginning, Anna decided to pursue her passion for painting. She set up a small studio in the sunroom of their new house, where she could lose herself in colors and creativity. Painting became her therapy, a way to express the emotions that words couldn't capture. Her artwork, which started as a personal outlet, soon caught the attention of a local gallery owner who offered to display her pieces. This recognition was a boost to her confidence and opened up new avenues for personal and professional growth. Anna also focused on her career, seeking new challenges and opportunities. She applied for a promotion at work and, with her dedication and hard work, secured a position as a project manager. The role was demanding but fulfilling, allowing her to channel her energy into something productive and rewarding. Her colleagues admired her resilience and determination, and she quickly earned their respect and support. One of the most significant aspects of Anna's new beginning was her commitment to therapy. She continued her sessions, both individually and with her children, to ensure they were all processing their emotions healthily. Therapy helped Anna confront her feelings of betrayal and pain, allowing her to let go of the past and focus on the future. She also joined a support group for individuals who had experienced infidelity, finding solace in the shared experiences and encouragement from others who had faced similar challenges. As time passed, Anna's strength and independence grew. She began to explore new interests and activities, pushing herself out of her comfort zone. She took up yoga, finding peace and balance in the practice. She also started volunteering at a local shelter, helping those in need and giving back to the community. These activities enriched her life and provided a sense of fulfillment and purpose. One sunny afternoon, while attending a community event, Anna met James, a kind and compassionate man who had recently moved to the area. They struck up a conversation, discovering shared interests and values. James was patient and understanding, respecting Anna's journey and the scars she carried. They started spending time together, their friendship gradually blossoming into something deeper. James' presence in Anna's life was a gentle reminder that love and trust could be rebuilt. He supported her dreams and aspirations, encouraging her to pursue her passions and to believe in herself. Their relationship was built on a foundation of honesty and mutual respect, a stark contrast to the deceit and betrayal she had experienced with Matt. As Anna and James' relationship grew, they decided to take things slow, ensuring that her children were comfortable with the changes. James bonded with them, becoming a positive and supportive figure in their lives. The children, seeing their mother's happiness and strength, began to open up and accept James as part of their new family dynamic. One evening, as they sat on the porch watching the sunset, Anna reflected on her journey. She had come a long way from the heartache and betrayal that once defined her life. The new beginning she had embraced was filled with hope, love, and endless possibilities. She was proud of the person she had become, strong, resilient, and capable of overcoming any challenge. Anna knew that the road ahead would still have its ups and downs, but she was ready to face them with the same courage and determination that had brought her this far. She was grateful for the support of her friends and family, the healing power of therapy, and the love and companionship of James. Most importantly, she had found a renewed sense of self-worth and confidence, knowing that she deserved happiness and fulfillment. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over their home, Anna felt a profound sense of peace. The past no longer held her captive. She was free to create a future filled with love, joy, and endless possibilities. This new beginning was not just a chapter in her life. It was the start of a beautiful, transformative journey, one that she would embrace with an open heart and unwavering spirit.